Guys, I thought we were dressing up for Halloween.
Just you.
All right, well, I got something else here.
Oh, good.
I guess I'll just have to be a Jedi Knight.
Lame.
That went well.
All right, just call me Tay Kenobi.
No.
No, come on, guys. You guys, oh, man, this is ridiculous.
Yep.
Yeah, we are ridiculous.
We all
Yep.
agree.
Yep.
Well, this is guys, we're around the drum again for another Casual Friday, but this is a special episode. I was trying to make it special, the Halloween episode. It also is the 50th episode. Yep. So we've got 50 under our belt, you know. Who knows?
One out every week.
Every week.
Weeks. Every week.
Sometimes 2 a week.
Sometimes. Well, I don't know if they've all been on filters, but but yeah.
So we want to thank you guys for watching all this, subscribing to our channel, and then just, you know, being along on the journey with us. So we appreciate it very much. But
We really do.
Again, this is a Casual Friday episode. So what do we have in the docket, guys? We got little sound audio news going on here, but then we have we're gonna go through and talk about our favorite episodes. Maybe
just kind of look to the past here.
Yeah, look to the past, do a little reminiscing. We're gonna go through some comments that we have handpicked and need to share with you guys.
Yeah,
and then we're gonna share some of our favorite moments too. So let's get started.
Let's do it.
Jay, I'm assuming because it's a Casual Friday that you have a whole list over there. So what do we got?
All right. Well, in serious news
okay,
here, let's talk about this new Cloudlifter ZX.
Yes. Okay.
This thing sounds cool. I kind of want one.
Yeah. Did you watch the video? This came out at AES
Yep.
In New York, or wherever that is. Just last week they announced this.
Yes. And it's basically you take a basic Cloudlifter that we all know and love, and then you add 2 transformers to it that you can select between. It has variable impedance, so I think it adds like some of the their variable impedance circuits from other things. Easy for me to say. And
you don't want us to say it.
I know. And again, it's just like the regular Cloudlifter. It's phantom powered, which is awesome. It has 45 dB of gain from the phantom power,
that's
which is
huge.
a ton.
Yeah. And then they say that's probably going to be too much for most
everything.
Most everything.
So they put an attenuator on there so that if it is too much gain, you can dial it back. And they said in a lot of situations, you don't even the mic preamp would be set to 0. Yeah. And you're just using this and attenuating as needed. And dialing in iron, they've got a dark setting and then what they call a console setting, which is a brighter, cleaner setting. I like the sound. I like Transformers. Yeah. Let's be honest. They're cinematic Transformers.
More than meets the eye.
I love Transformers. I don't know why they...
Cloudlifters in disguise.
You shut up. You shut up. No, I love Transformers.
I was telling David, this is almost like a preamp now, right? Like this is almost like...
Essentially, 45 dB again. Yeah, it is.
It's just like, what's next? A USB plug and a power supply? I mean, it's great.
Sure. I mean... Not their wheelhouse, but maybe.
Well, I don't know. Like they had the Z one for a while now. Yeah. Just the single channel one, but now they've got this is dual channel and it's like more features on it.
Yeah. And iron transformers are so good.
So I don't know.
Can I talk about the one negative thing though?
Sure.
Yeah.
I think the price is a little harsh, but I would like to hear it to make that final judgment. It's $699. That might be worth it.
Compared to a CL4, I suppose that's 4 channels of Cloudlifter though. So okay, yeah, I guess I see what you're saying.
It's got the iron and it's got the variable impedance. You really do get a lot of tone shaping just with that clean gain.
They're offering more. They're offering almost console-esque sound with this 2-channel 1-rack unit thing that you can add to your signal chain.
And if you've got something like a super clean, basic level entry-level interface, it's going to beef up those preamps a lot, and that can add a lot more value to those preamps as opposed to someone using a console or something.
I want one. I don't know if I'll get one
I'd
yet.
I'd love to have one too. That falls into the love to have one, need to hear it to know if I would actually consider buying one. But on paper, I love changing tone with impedance. I love changing tone with transformers.
All right, let me ask you a question. Is having too many options a bad thing?
Yeah.
No. Depends on the person.
I guess. Yeah.
It really does depend on the person.
Yeah.
I don't think this is too many options.
No. Oh, no.
I like things like that where I can just go, okay, I've dialed it in close to where I want it. Now let's try that transformer. Let's try the impedance, 1 over. I love things like that.
Yeah.
You used the variable Z CL1 version before,
Yep.
and like you dialed in a microphone that you had.
Yeah.
And you're able to dial in other microphones that are different from, the first one you used, and to dial in that one too. So that's what this is also doing for you is you can select based on what microphone you're using, you can dial in that tone you want for that.
Yeah, the original Cloudlifter, I think, is basically made for the SM7B.
So the CLZ, do you think that that's what this impedance circuit is?
Yeah.
It
same
is.
thing.
Did he say that?
Yep.
Okay, well, that's cool.
And I really like that this is rack mountable too. I love
I do too.
rack mounted
I
gear.
do too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My one drawback with a CL1 is it's a box that has to go on the floor.
I know.
I want one. I'll say it again.
Okay, so that's my only like real big piece of audio news, or big to me. That was interesting to me as a recording guy. What's that sound?
Ooh, what the heck?
Trick or treat.
Oh, okay. I think we got some picks here for you. There you go.
Destroy you.
What the? My lightsaber.
Your powers are weak. You don't know the power of the dark side.
Thank you.
Yeah. Took care of that.
The other thing that I want to talk about was the YouTube DMCA dispute settlement.
Yeah, what does DMCA mean?
That's the Digital Millennium Copyright Act. We've talked about it one other time. That was the act that came out, I think, around 2000 that basically put Napster out of business and said, with digital things, digital music, digital video, that kind of stuff, regulated the distribution of it. That's what they use. They use that act to do takedowns on YouTube of videos if you use copywritten music or anything like that. And people get embroiled in phony copyright takedowns all the time. Yeah. And businesses or companies like Disney and NBC use it to take down things that are not favorable to them. They'll use it to take down live casts of people who are, streaming something like the Academy Awards or something, but they're fundamentally changing it, which is legal. If you are talking over the top of it or parodying it, things like that, that's legal. But
are we gonna get taken down?
No, you won't for that because it's parody.
I bought
it's
that.
Parody. But that's a good example of something that Disney might do if they didn't like what you were doing and it was popular enough. They might say, we're going to hit them with a copyright strike, even though if you hire lawyers, you're going to win. But the problem is you got to hire lawyers to win, and that's expensive. And the average YouTube content creator can't afford to do that and won't do it. So they're just they deal with the strike. The problem is 3 strikes and you're out, I believe, is what the rule is. Luckily, we've never had one, so I don't know. But I think it's 3 strikes and you're out within a period of time. And then you're, if that's your income and that's your business, you're done.
Yeah.
You're over. So anyway, so that's the landscape of this. What happened is actually a person who was doing DMCA takedowns on YouTube members was taken to court by YouTube because he was illegitimately doing that. He was putting in copyright strikes against, more popular content creators, and then he was extorting them.
Wow.
And he wouldn't take it down unless there was payment involved or something of some kind.
He's a crook. He was a crook.
Yeah.
He was a crook. And so he was taking advantage of the system, which just shows you how flawed the system is, that just some dude can do that. It's like, that's his bit. That's what he's doing to make money.
And he was saying, give me money and I'll take it down.
Right.
I'll
remove the strike because the person who puts the strike in can remove it, or YouTube can if you fight hard enough.
Jeez.
Usually involves lawyers.
Yeah.
So anyway, he ended up having to pay YouTube $25,000.
That's it?
Well, I'm guessing he didn't have a lot of money. He's resorted to extorting YouTube members for money.
I suppose.
I'm guessing this only works if it's like a small amount of money for him,
Okay.
I'm guessing, but say $500 or something where the person can afford it easily and it's not worth the effort.
Oh, that makes sense.
Say it costs $2,000 to hire a lawyer and he's extorting $500. I mean, you do the math.
Yeah.
So anyway, he got permanently banned from doing strike downs. Duh. But legally, he's agreed to, and he issued a very nice apology.
Oh,
He's
wow.
very sorry.
All right.
I bet.
Made to be sorry.
So anyway, I thought that was interesting for us.
Yeah.
And it's interesting for a lot of people. We're talking to a lot of people who are doing podcasting and stuff. So it's interesting. You hear about the nightmare stories of these takedowns, and so it's interesting.
That's one of them.
That's one of them.
Well, let's get into the fun part, guys. We have some moments to share, but let's start with our favorite episode that we did of the last 50.
Go!
Hey, David, I know you have one, so lay it on me.
Yeah, so I love just playing with gear.
Yeah.
That's always my favorite episodes. So my number one is the Chameleon Labs CL7721.
That was a fun video.
That
was high on my list.
I love compressors. Hardware compressors are my favorite. So go watch that video. We also did an unboxing, but honorable mentions are the WA84s because those sounded great.
That was a fun one too.
And I love recording drums. And then also the WA251 because
that was a good one too. Mm-hmm. All of the sound sample videos, those, I mean, that's not my favorite video, but if we hadn't made this my favorite video, that's what it would be. Okay, Tay,
No,
stay tuned.
no.
Tay, what's your favorite video?
Mine was the WA251.
Yeah.
I liked setting that up. I loved hearing it. It's still right now one of my favorite mics. That's at least affordable to me.
Yeah.
It's attainable. So I look forward to getting it someday, but attainable. So I love doing that episode because we got to talk about it first. There was a talking about episode that we did about it first.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
And then we actually got it, opened it up, did some sound samples. We got to talk into it, and I think people love that concept of actually seeing it implemented in sound samples.
It's still getting a lot of views.
So your honorable mention turned into my favorite.
Nice.
All right, Jay. Don't keep us in suspense.
My favorite, and this is purely just because I had so much fun with it, was the boat episode. Tay probably is in nightmare land because editing that took like how long? Month and a half?
I don't know.
It took a long time.
I worked on it a little by little, but that just released last week, so go check that out.
Definitely check that out.
It's
That's a fun video. That's a fun video.
I was trying to pare it down to a more consumable time frame, but it ended up being about a half hour. But it's worth it. There's some sections in there of where we're testing microphones that I think you'll be impressed with. So you should check that out for sure.
Yeah, but I just had so much fun doing that one. So that's my favorite. But I would just say, just generally speaking, I think we all really enjoy making this show. People, might ask, why do we do this show? And it's really just because I think we're having fun and we're trying to build a community around what we're doing. But really, we're having fun doing it.
Yeah.
Like we want to mess with the gear. And if we're going to mess with it, why not put some cameras up and record it? And
Show you guys.
The genesis of this show was we have all these great conversations around the office here.
Yeah.
And we have so much fun talking about audio gear. Let's just put some microphones on that and let's sit down and do it once a week.
Yep.
Yeah.
So if you guys have, comments or if you have suggestions for us to do, we're open to them for sure because we love talking about it. We used to do this back in the back, just like during business hours, talking about stuff. And we just let's just record it. Who cares?
And throw it up on YouTube.
Yep. And throw it up on YouTube.
Here we are, episode 50.
3 douches and 3 microphones.
Speaking of that,
prelude to the comments.
So there have been many comments on our videos. Some have been funny to us,
to say the least.
Most are positive and good. So I just want to say that. Most of the comments are great. They're constructive. They're informative. Even when people are yelling at us because we maybe missed something, and we're going to miss stuff. We don't know everything. But the bulk of them have been positive.
We've cherry-picked some comments for you to share in case you have missed them.
Some that entertained us.
These are our favorite comments the last 50 episodes.
This one came from the Unfiltered episode number 6, talking about the Aston Stealth. Dave Subcleave said, 3 old ladies waffling on trying to explain what a certain microphone sounds like. Get the mic and use it for your presentation, all caps. And it's just funny because it was a talking about episode. We didn't have it. We said we didn't have it. So we were just trying to talk about it. And like, hey, if you're not aware of this, here it is. That sort of thing.
Yeah, we literally said it in the video, like, it's not released yet. We're going to get this.
Yeah.
And we're going to use them on the show.
And then we ended up doing exactly that. So it was just kind of funny. But
his comment was
3 old
was
ladies waffling.
Yep.
3 old ladies for sure.
I love waffles.
And then we've got from episode 3 way back at the CLA 200 episode, we have Dre Boo saying just 2 words, 3 jerks.
I should have went with that instead of the DBs, but yes.
Yeah. Well, so we're,
Also
we don't
accurate.
deny it.
Also accurate, yeah.
Let's see. One of my favorites is from Unfiltered episode 19, choosing an interface. Tim Bunch says Thundercats ho. I had my Thundercats shirt on.
And you had your super long hair. You looked like a Thundercat.
Yeah, Lion-O. Yeah, the one you're referring to, Jay, is from episode 19, which is one of our most popular episodes, the SSL 6 episode.
Popular and controversial.
Oh, yeah.
And Bob Hartley says, "Who is it for? ? You guys are douches." So yeah,
Thank you.
We try hard to douche. You leave that in there.
Yeah. Oh God, no.
Okay, Grid Sleep wrote.
Yeah.
You kind of remind me of the new Top Gear crew in that I'm only wishing the old guys would come back. But in this case, who are the old guys?
I don't know. We don't have old guys. I think it's a saying, hey, you guys should just stop doing this.
Yeah.
We preferred when there was the seats were empty.
And then the last one, which is my favorite of the bunch, he wrote, since he didn't walk in the door with the Micron power. Okay, so this was the Micron video where the concept of this video is we just go and we grab a piece of gear, we put it on the drum or here, and we just listen to it. We screw around with it. We're not experts on it. We do a little bit of research, and we laid that out at the beginning of that video.
Yeah, we tried to be very clear about that.
And
he busted us, Jay.
He busted us. He figured it all out. He said, since he didn't walk in the door with the Micron power supply, parentheses, special AC in, parentheses, it must have been all set up ahead of time, and it was really no surprise.
The light bulb is on.
Okay, sorry. We're having a little fun here with Grid Sleep because, we talked about it before we went on air, and I said everybody's going to know we picked it out beforehand.
Yeah.
He doesn't need the power adapter. We had the power adapter ready to go down here, and
maybe we have to be more spontaneous, Jay. We literally have to, one of us has to surprise the other two, and then we'll just make great videos out of it.
Oh yeah, we'll surprise everybody by making a great video.
David,
where's my favorite one?
So we're gonna do this one first, but he.
Oh yeah, the same video.
You're describing the Micron and its aesthetics.
Yeah,
and how
so
it looks.
I think the Micron is really ugly. And Grid Sleep also said, I'm sure a lot of people think you're hideous too. Surprise, they do. Is my favorite one on here? Oh, here we go.
So then
No, it's not hideous. It's hideous.
Hideous.
One
of our most popular videos is the 3rd gen video we did on the Scarlet line.
Yeah.
That's episode 35. And that one has a lot of gold ones in there, but that one also has a lot of positive ones too. But we had one, this guy kind of get up on his soapbox a little bit and talk about just stuff. And I'll let David read because it's his favorite. What this
one is.
I am still laughing at this one.
I just took the middle section of it.
Yeah, so this is paraphrased. He says, they have killed Firewire only because I was better and faster than USB. USB lobby killed Firewire, and now you can promote super expensive standard of Thunderbolt. USB lobby killed Firewire.
Yeah. Did you remember all those
$1 billion
earmarks?
lobby in Washington,
Yeah.
D.C.
Yeah.
All those earmarks put in for the USB market in the bills. Oh, I got one here from David Dosey. This is the Casual Friday, the first Casual Friday episode we ever did, episode 15. David Dosey says, The Last Jedi might be the worst thing happening to humanity in modern history, ... I think we mentioned it during that video, and you're right.
Definitely. You got
So if you're watching, thumbs up.
I think we wanted to end this little segment on a positive note.
Well, first of all, I want to say sorry in advance for mocking some of these comments, but YouTube comments in general are funny when you get the people who are really nasty.
They're dynamic.
It is. You just have to laugh at it.
Before you hit submit, just think about it.
Will this matter in 2 weeks?
Is this constructive or not constructive?
Yeah.
Or are you just trying to be funny?
But it has created content gold for us because
the irony is when people do comments like that, they're actually helping us.
Yeah.
They're actually, when you post a nasty comment, you're actually telling the YouTube algorithm, this is a good video. It doesn't matter what you say.
Tear us apart.
Yep.
Yeah. But Jay, let's round this one out with a little positivity.
Okay. So Soundcast Studios writes, how do you guys only have like 600 subs? This is so entertaining. I love it. This is something we actually get a lot of. And I think it just boils down to is we just started doing this not even a year ago. Yeah. And it takes time to build an audience. Yeah. And what we've noticed is that over the last few months we've gained subscribers a lot faster. So I think it takes time for YouTube to say, okay, these people are making things people like and serving it out to people. Yeah. And that's all it takes,
If you want more of this content, be sure to hit that subscribe button because it really helps us out and it gets us past that subscriber mark.
I was doing the like button. Click like. Yeah. Click like now.
Yeah. Even if you click dislike, it still helps us.
All right, guys, let's get spooky here.
But we prefer when you click like.
Yes. Let's get spooky. This is supposed to be the Halloween episode, so let's get it back on the rails. We're an audio show. We like to talk about audio, pro audio, anything related to that. So the only thing I can really think of is excuse me.
Spooky.
Is this phenomenon. It's called EVP. Mm-hmm. And if you don't know what it is, look it up, but it's called electronic voice phenomenon. And it's where a recorder is involved, a recorder and a microphone, and then later on, excuse me, in post-production, you hear voices, and you hear what is essentially people talking. And they could either be the deceased, spirits, or I've seen somewhere it's actually like someone is not physically there. They're somewhere miles and miles away, and their voices are heard.
Good shotgun microphone.
Yeah, really good shotgun. So I just wanted to talk about it. Have you heard this before? Have you experienced it? It's, I don't know. I think there's an explanation for it, but you might believe.
I think there's always an explanation for it.
Yeah, like a worldly scientific explanation.
Witchcraft.
Yeah. That is pure science.
But while we're talking about this, let me just do something.
Oh boy.
I brought along my personal H5, and we're just gonna set it up here.
See what happens. This is an old building. This building is probably 100 years old.
Oh, at least it's probably.
It was in the 1800s, I think, right?
No, 1919 or something.
I think it's 1919. Well, anyway, This is over 100 years old, and so EVP is made by recording just audio, and you record it on a recorder like this. But the phenomenon happens, I think, at the microphone level where something's hitting the diaphragm, right? Air and sound waves. And so we'll finish up here, but I'm going to put this microphone right here. And we'll just see
what happens
later. We have to see later what happens. All right. So EVP, have you guys had any experiences with EVP?
Okay. I had one weird experience.
Let's hear it.
Okay. So I was younger, so more susceptible to probably
witchcraft.
influence.
Yes, more open-minded towards these things when I was younger.
Dark
definitely
influence.
was.
Okay.
Whereas now I'm definitely like the opposite. I'm like a cold, dark husk.
Cynical man
who doesn't believe anything. But so we moved into this old house, older than this building, definitely over 100 on Doty Island.
Okay.
Doty Island. And I built a recording studio in the basement when we moved in there. Smart thing to do in a house that you're renting. Probably for a year or less, right? Yeah. So I did that. Got to record, and we were recording a band, and we hit record. I think we were recording clarinet or something, and so I had condenser microphones up. We left the mics on, and we left them recording on accident. I don't know why. I don't remember why. So we had this long tail. We took a break. They went outside and smoked or whatever, and we took a break. And I think it recorded for like 10 minutes or 15 minutes or something, just with nothing. And then, and I didn't edit it out or anything. I just kind of left it there because we finished our session, and then, or maybe it was the end of the session. I don't remember. But anyway, so I went downstairs afterwards. It was the middle of the night, getting spooked. It was the middle of the night, and I was down there by myself, and I hit play on the space bar. I listened to the end of the song, and then I let it trail out, and then I heard like just what sounded like very distant, creepy voices. Now, it was probably a neighbor.
Or you guys outside.
But there was nobody else up. It was really late at night. So.
But this is recorded audio.
This is recorded audio. So I played it back after everybody left. It was late at night. I was just doing a little mixing or editing or something. Yeah. And there was just this human, very creepy sound on the recording, like in the long tail afterwards, when we were out of the basement, so there was nobody in the basement when this recording happened. Ooh. Yeah.
What did the voices say?
They didn't say anything. It was just sounds. It just sounded like human sounds. It was probably, it could have been like, a raccoon or something in the basement. I don't know.
Don't use plugins.
At the time though, it freaked me out. I hit save.
Did the hair stand up on your head?
Hit save. I closed it down. It did. I had hair then.
Okay.
Thank you very much. I was 22 at the time.
Wow.
Still had some. But anyway, so that's the only one I have. I'm sure there is a scientific explanation for it. I don't believe it was anything paranormal.
Right.
But it freaked me out enough to where I shut down and went to bed, listened to it the next day, and was still like, the hair was standing up on the back of my neck.
Do you still have those files?
I do, but they're on CDRs because that's how I backed everything up back then.
So like the way that you experienced this was one of the ways that there's like 3 ways to experience EVP. One is to just let a recorder go. You walk away, you come back and you look at it. The another one is to monitor physically, just sit here and watch it. The other one is to be in the room with the recorder, ask questions. So like we would say.
Like in a Ouija board.
Yeah. You'd say, what year is it? Yeah, and then you'd wait to hear them, or you'd ask like, "Where are you right now?"
Behind you.
Yeah. Aren't you supposed to like ask questions in regards to the ghost's time because they don't know that they're dead or something like that?
They don't realize.
There are strict rules to being ghosts. It's like the silver bullet and the wooden stake.
Yeah,
they have to think they're not dead.
Like what you could ask.
Not making fun of you. I'm making fun of these concepts in general.
But what you want to do is you want to ask very simple, direct questions. So then you prompt. They're not going to sit there and say like, well, let's see, it was the year 1919 and the economy was booming, and like
they're not going to ask like, what's your favorite newspaper?
And ask how quantum physics works.
But you'd be like, like, do you have like what would you tell us right now?
Drink your Ovaltine.
And then you just wait. I think I hear EVP. Or maybe it's just a customer downstairs. Anyway.
Don't get crazy.
So that, that's basically it. All right, guys. Thanks for joining us for episode 50, our Halloween special edition here, Casual Friday. Please subscribe, hit like, comment below on all the goofiness we said here today. It would be greatly appreciated. And then maybe we'll use it later in on episode 100. But thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you around the drum next time.